Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another edition of Fantasy Farm Sports Thursday Night Football. I hope you guys are hitting all these picks. We really are having a great season here. Back-to-back 9-3 weeks. Started off Thanksgiving weekend a little rough. Oddly enough, all the favorites lost on Thanksgiving Day. So they must have had their turkey early. They looked sluggish. They weren't very good. Every single favorite lost. And we're mentioning that because two teams that played on Thanksgiving Day essentially are just playing on Thursday night now. Right, we're just playing on Thursday, baby. We don't have to play on Sunday. We'll just play in the middle of the week, and that's how we'll prepare ourselves. We've got the Detroit Lions tonight, and the Detroit Lions will be playing against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys last week, they were not favored to win against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs needed badly to get a victory, and it just turns out that one team needed it over the other and couldn't get it done. Chiefs lost, Cowboys won. On the other side of the foot, you had Detroit playing Green Bay. Green Bay came in surprisingly with a lot of fire, big wide receivers. They hit every single benchmark that they needed. Jacobs was able to pound the ball. Dan Campbell can't do math. It's not his fault. If anybody can find me Dan Campbell's like fourth grade teacher, that would be fantastic, because when you go for it on 4th and down, 4th and 10 or 4th and 5 all the time, and you need 3 points and 7 points, that equals 10 points. Just in case you guys are wondering, 7 plus 3 equals 10. If you can hammer that into the Campbell household, I think they'll do much better, because you don't necessarily need 7 all the time when you definitely need 3. Okay, it's sad to watch it every single week. The only people that should be going on 4th down all the time are Madden players, because nobody wants the punts. I'm not punting no matter what. And by the way, it's a video game. Anything can happen on Madden football. So we got Thanksgiving leftovers. That's what we're looking at on Thursday night here. Thanksgiving leftovers. You got the Lions at 7-5. Not the record they thought they'd be staring at. I'm sure they figured they'd have 10 wins somehow, some way at this point. They'd be leading the division. The Bears would be the Bears, and the Packers would be hot on their heels. And it hasn't quite happened that way. Again, Dan Campbell's had some difficulties having all of the duties as far as offense goes and game management goes, and it hasn't been as pretty, and there's been a lot more yelling. On the other hand, the Cowboys 6-5-1. They lost Micah Parsons to start the season. The defense has been terrible. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they added Quinnen Williams. They've gotten better. They fight hard. You could be the greatest fighter on the planet. If you're not skilled, you're just getting ass kicked. I mean, really, you're just a tough guy who can't fight, who can take an absolute beating. If you have no fighting skills, you're just standing there taking punches, baby, and it hurts. You're good at it, but you're just great at getting your ass kicked. And that's what the Cowboys are on defense right now. Dallas Cowboys have to win games 38-35. That offense has expectations of 40 points every single week. And the reason why they do is because that defense. They're just a guy standing there going, I'm a great fighter, man. Punch me. They got that wild look in their eye. At the same time, you feel bad because it's all that they got. That's kind of the Cowboys right now. They're all offense, no defense. And I understand, that they beat Philadelphia. Let's talk about that. First of all, Philly is a weird team. Their fans are more passionate than their football team. For all you Philly fans out there, if Jalen Hurts wanted to win as badly as you would have never lost the game. Those are facts. Okay, there just seems to be a lackluster performance after lackluster performance every single week for your Philadelphia Eagles. I wish they cared as much as the fans. They don't. They absolutely do not. So, I mean, they beat up on a team that was up on them 21-0. Dallas had the firepower. Dallas wanted to win. Dallas came back and got Philadelphia. Fantastic. And Kansas City's been a weird team all year. They've been weird. Let's call it what they is, right? John Lewandowski, how we doing, man? You watch some teams and you feel like Kansas City was going to eventually figure it out. They didn't. I don't know why. Everybody seems to want them to, and then Patrick Mahomes looks like this version of himself, and it's not very good. I think he's like 15th best quarterback in the NFL. Not being paid like one, but playing like one, and that's a problem. Because if you're paying a guy all this money, you expect him to make certain plays when needed, and he's just been hilarious. I mean, it hasn't been good. The Kansas City Chiefs lose to the Cowboys. So those are the Cowboys' resume. That's the Cowboys' resume right now, right? The Lions lost to they went to overtime with the Jameis Winston-led Giants. They won that game at home. And then we all know what the Packers did to them on Thanksgiving. And now we get to today. Today, Thursday Night Football, I think the 8:15 kickoff at Prime. They'll do 70 interviews 2 hours ahead of time, and it'll be the worst TV that you've ever seen. I promise it. I've tried to get through some of it, and I just walk away wondering who produced this absolute albatross of a network and an environment to watch pregame. It's terrible, but we'll get it nonetheless. The game itself is in Detroit. Two things we know. Dallas is awesome at home. Dallas is a great football team at home. But they're not, their last road wins. This is what's important about this, right? The last two road wins are the Raiders and the Jets. Wow. What a resume. The Dallas Cowboys go on the road and they kill the Raiders and the Jets. We should send them to the Super Bowl. That's awful. That's not a good road resume at all. They went to Carolina. Carolina's been good this year, but we didn't have them in our upper echelon of teams. They went to Carolina, lost. Right, and I understand what Carolina just did to the Rams, but in hindsight, we thought Dallas had a little bit more talent to go on the road and handle a Carolina team. It didn't happen. So Dallas is bad on the road. Guess who else is bad on the road, folks? The Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are this odd team once again, much like the Kansas City Chiefs are. Last week was a little odd as well because they lost Amon-Ra St. Brown. They didn't think that was going to happen. The whole game plan changed. No St. Brown today, but we're prepared for it. When you're prepared for a whole different setup, a whole different lineup, it's expected. You've game planned for it. Here's my one bet. That Tesla kid, that 6'4", catches everything, reminds you of Puka Nacua, he's going to have a game. He's going to have over 3.5 catches. I think the line's minus 150. If you want to pair that with something, that kid's going to do well. Gibbs. I love Jahmyr Gibbs over 4.5 receptions. How is he not going to catch 4.5? If the Cowboys bring any blitz at all, any blitz, if they decide to blitz, bang, blitz. If they decide to blitz, Goff's got one option because he doesn't necessarily have a possession wide receiver in Jameson Williams. We know St. Brown's out. Tesla is more of a jump ball guy. Who the hell is he going to throw it to? I mean, honestly, I think he's going to go to Gibbs over 4.5 times. Guys, if you enjoy any of this information, besides the face that, the radio face that's on the screen in front of you, just like and subscribe our YouTube page. Go to Fantasy Farm Sports. It is, if you're watching on Facebook, look at that. It's right there in the background. Fantasy Farm Sports, YouTube, subscribe. Super appreciated. It helps our channel grow. It helps us get likes and looks and all these other things. And then maybe one day, the dream comes true. Back to our game. 7-5 Lions. They're -3. Cowboys 6-5-1. Both teams are fantastic at home. Unfortunately, when you play each other, you can only play at one home. Isn't that amazing? You can only play at one home. Tonight, we're in Detroit. It's really, that's how it boils down to it. It's just that simple. Both teams need to win. Dallas only beats absolute trash. They beat absolute trash, garbage teams when they have to go to their stadium, as in Raiders, as in Jets. The Detroit Lions are not the Raiders and the Jets. Okay, I know they slipped. The expectations this year have not met their benchmarks, but they're still Dan Campbell, fired up Detroit Lions. That base will be there. They'll be screaming. Don't turn your TV up too loud. You'll blow your speakers out of it. Detroit is always ready to rock. They love that team. They love Dan Campbell. Still, although his math is bad, they still do love Dan Campbell. I'll take the Lions tonight. Don't get cute the -3. It's silly. Take the Lions on the money line. Pair them with something you love on Sunday. Or, the money line's 180. You don't need all of it tonight. Bet half that money. You'll get half that money. Take $45 tomorrow. Guess what? $45 going into the weekend builds you a better weekend. Turn that 45 into a cool 90. Walk away. And if you want to gamble a little bit extra on Monday night, do so. Until then, I'll see you guys back here Sunday morning, turning that 45 that you made tonight into that 90 on Sunday. Jack Stache, Fantasy Farm Sports. Like, subscribe, follow, and I guarantee you'll be walking away with extra Christmas money, because that's what we're trying to do for everyone on this channel. You can go to other channels. You can get other picks. That's fine. Balance your picks out with us, and them will grow together. I'll see you guys bright and early Sunday morning, baby. It's going to be a blast. Take those Lions.